All right, let's dive in. Today we're going deep on prehistoric sharks.
Oh, cool.
Specifically this incredible group called Hybodonts.
Okay.
And they made it through, like, multiple mass extinction events.
Yeah,
It really makes you wonder,
it does.
what was their secret?
Well, it's fascinating because they weren't just lucky.
Right.
They were so well adapted, and we'll uncover, how their unique characteristics
Yeah,
allowed them not just to survive,
Right.
but to thrive.
to thrive, yeah, in a world that was constantly changing.
Exactly.
Okay, so to really understand their success,
Yeah.
we've got to go way back
Way back.
to one of the most catastrophic events in Earth history,
Okay.
the end Permian extinction.
Yeah. That was rough.
This was absolutely devastating, like for a lot of marine life,
Yeah.
including sharks.
It's true. The impact on chondrichthyans,
Wow.
which is the group that includes sharks and rays,
Okay.
it was really profound.
Yeah.
Many species were completely wiped out.
Oh, why?
And the survivors, they were reeling
Mhm.
for quite a long period after this extinction.
Yeah.
They stayed small,
Oh, interesting.
almost like they were struggling to recover.
Oh, that makes sense. It's like hitting the reset button
Yeah,
on evolution.
exactly.
Wow. So what happened? What sharks emerged from, like, this post-apocalyptic ocean?
Well, from the ashes of the Permian extinction
Yeah.
arose a new group
Okay.
called the Neosolations.
The Ocellatians.
And this group
Yeah.
is incredibly important
Wow.
because it includes all modern sharks and rays
Oh, wow.
that we know today. And among them were the Hybodonts.
Okay, so the ancestors
Yeah.
of today's sharks came from this, like,
Yeah.
super tough group
That's
of
true.
survivors.
Yes.
Okay, so what set the Hybodons apart from other
Uh,
sharks, especially in those early days?
One of the keys to their success was their
Yeah.
choice of real estate.
Okay.
They primarily inhabited shallow and mid-depth waters.
Right.
And these environments,
Yeah.
while not without their own challenges,
Right.
they remain relatively stable
Mhm.
compared to the deeper,
Yeah.
more volatile parts of the ocean.
So they were playing it smart,
It works.
staying in the calmer water.
Exactly.
Did this choice of habitat offer them any other, like, advantages?
Absolutely. By sticking to those shallower waters,
Yeah.
they were able to avoid direct competition
Okay.
with larger marine reptiles
Okay.
that were evolving at the time.
Yeah.
These reptiles, like the ichthyosaurs and plesiosaurs,
Okay.
they dominated those deeper waters,
Mhm.
and they posed a serious threat
Yeah.
to any shark venturing into their territory.
So it's like they found their safe haven,
Yeah.
away from the big, scary reptiles.
Yeah. Yes.
Did this relative safety, did it allow them to diversify into different types of sharks?
Precisely. Hybodonts
Yeah.
weren't just one type of shark.
Oh, yeah.
They evolved into a diverse group with a variety of body shapes
Wha-
and feeding strategies.
Okay.
Some were flattened, bottom-dwelling ambush predators.
So picture a shark just, like, lurking on the seafloor,
Yeah.
waiting for its meal to swim by.
Exactly.
Just a totally different image from those sleek, open ocean predators
Absolutely.
that we see today.
It is.
That's amazing.
And here's where it gets even more interesting.
Okay.
Some Hybodonts,
Yeah.
like those belonging to the Hybodus genus,
Okay.
they had these incredible spiral-shaped egg cases.
Spiral shaped.
Yeah, and these cases were designed to anchor
Wow.
to the seabed,
Oh, interesting.
providing protection for
Yeah.
their developing young
Hmm.
in that turbulent nearshore environment.
So not only were they masters of camouflage and ambush, but they also had this, like, ingenious way of protecting their babies.
Exactly.
That's amazing. They were really well suited for those shallow water environments.
Yeah.
But I'm curious, were there any challenges that even these adaptable sharks couldn't overcome?
Well, as we know, Earth's history
Right.
is punctuated by periods of dramatic upheaval,
Hmm.
even for a group.
Yeah.
As successful as the Hybodonts,
Yeah.
there were hurdles to overcome.
Okay.
And around 94 million years ago,
I got
a
you.
major extinction event
Okay.
known as the Cenomanian-Turonian anoxic event.
Wow. Okay. Anoxic event.
Yes.
I'm going to need a little help with that one.
Okay, sure.
It sounds pretty intense.
It was a significant event.
Yeah.
Essentially, an anoxic event
Yeah.
means that vast portions of the oceans
Yeah.
experienced a severe depletion
Oh,
of oxygen.
Of oxygen. Why?
And this is catastrophic for marine life.
I can imagine.
as you can imagine.
Yeah, so even those calm, shallow waters that the Hybodonts called home weren't safe from this global event.
Unfortunately, no.
Hmm.
The Cenomanian-Turonian anoxic event impacted marine life on a global scale.
Wow.
And even those resilient Hybodonts, they weren't immune to its effects.
Yeah.
The fossil record shows a noticeable drop in their diversity after this event.
Oh, wow.
Suggesting that many species did not make it through.
That's really unfortunate.
Yeah.
But did any of them manage to, like, survive this oxygen crisis?
Yes, some did.
Oh, okay.
It seems that the largest Hybodonts, the ones who had already proven so adaptable, were able to weather the storm. It's a classic example of survival of the fittest.
Right.
Where those with the most advantageous traits were more likely to pull through.
It's incredible to think that these ancient sharks were tough enough to, like, endure such a dramatic environmental change.
They're tough.
It really speaks to their resilience.
It does.
But I'm curious, with so many species disappearing, did any new contenders emerge during this, like, time of upheaval?
You're spot on. Amidst this extinction event,
Yeah.
new shark lineages were starting to make their presence known. Two genera in particular, Cretalomna and Protolamna.
Okay.
They also managed to survive the oxygen depletion.
Okay.
These sharks weren't Hybodonts,
Okay.
but they were the forerunners of a lineage that would become truly legendary.
Okay.
The Otodontidae.
Otodontidae. That name rings a bell. Are we talking?
You got it.
Megatoothed sharks.
This is where our story takes a thrilling turn.
Okay.
As we move towards the end of the Cretaceous period, we see the rise of a lineage that would eventually produce the largest sharks to ever roam the oceans.
Okay, now we're talking.
Including the iconic Otodus Megalodon.
Okay, megatoothed sharks, giant prehistoric predators. I'm hooked.
Me too.
But before we get into the specifics of those incredible creatures, let's take a moment to really appreciate the Hybodonts.
Absolutely.
These sharks were true survivors, paving the way for the incredible diversity of sharks that we see today.
It's remarkable to think about their journey through time. They faced incredible challenges, from massive extinction events to competition with other formidable predators. And yet they persisted.
They did.
Their story is a testament to the power of adaptation and evolution, reminding us that even in the face of adversity, life finds a way.
That's for sure.
Yeah, it's amazing how they really set the stage for the shark lineages that we see today.
It really is. It makes you wonder how those megatoothed sharks, you know, emerged from this ancient lineage.
Well, we left off with Cretalomna and Protolamna, who were making their mark right around the time of another major extinction event.
Oh, right. Yeah.
The one that wiped out the dinosaurs?
Oh, the infamous dinosaur extinction.
Yeah.
Yeah, I remember learning about that in school.
Yeah.
It's a massive asteroid impact, right?
Yeah. That's right. A colossal asteroid impact about 66 million years ago.
Wow.
And it caused widespread devastation, leading to the extinction of an estimated 76% of plant and animal species on Earth.
That's a hard reset.
It is.
For life on Earth.
Yeah.
I know the dinosaurs didn't fare so well.
No.
But how did the sharks handle this catastrophic event?
Well, it's remarkable, really.
Yeah.
Sharks, including those Cretalomna and Protolamna, ancestors of the megatoothed sharks. They seem to have sailed through the KPG extinction relatively unscathed.
So while the dinosaurs were meeting their demise, the sharks were just
swimming along.
Business as usual.
Yeah.
How is that possible?
It's a striking contrast, isn't it?
It is.
While the mighty marine reptiles, like the mosasaurs and the plesiosaurs, they couldn't withstand the environmental changes brought about by the asteroid impact. Sharks once again demonstrated their resilience.
Wow.
They were able to adapt to the shifting conditions and survive in a world that had been dramatically altered.
So it's like sharks have this secret formula for survival.
It seems that way.
So with those marine reptiles out of the picture, did that open up opportunities?
Absolutely.
For the megatoothed sharks to, like, take over?
The extinction of those large marine reptiles, it created a power vacuum in the oceans. And the stage was set for the rise of the megatoothed sharks.
Okay, finally, the megatoothed sharks.
Yeah. Yes.
So who are the, like, early players in this group? The ones that first started to make a name for themselves?
Well, one of the earliest megatoothed sharks to emerge on the scene was Otodus obliquus.
Otodus obliquus.
This shark lived during the Paleocene epoch.
Okay.
Just after the extinction of the dinosaurs.
Okay.
And what's remarkable is that Otodus obliquus grew to enormous sizes, reaching lengths of over 10 meters.
10 meters. That's like the size of a school bus.
It is.
Were they the biggest sharks around at that time?
Yes.
Wow.
They were absolutely gigantic for their time. Most other creatures were still recovering from the extinction event and were relatively small.
Okay.
So Otodus obliquus was a true giant among dwarfs.
I can't even imagine encountering one of those while swimming in the ancient oceans.
That would be scary.
That's a terrifying thought.
It is.
With that size, must come an equally impressive appetite.
Absolutely.
What did these giants eat?
Well, there's some evidence to suggest that they might have engaged in cannibalism.
What?
Yeah, fossil records share bite marks on Otodus obliquus bones.
Really?
That match the size and shape of their own teeth.
So they were eating each other.
It's possible that in a world where resources were still recovering, these sharks turned to each other.
Oh, wow.
For sustenance.
Cannibalistic sharks.
Yeah.
That takes survival of the fittest to a whole new level.
It does.
Wow. It's fascinating how those early megatoothed sharks navigated a post-extinction world.
It is.
I'm curious about their teeth, though.
Okay.
What were those like?
Yes, the teeth. Yeah. That's what truly sets megatoothed sharks apart.
Yeah.
Early megatoothed sharks, like O. obliquus. They had teeth designed for piercing and grasping.
Okay.
They were sharp and pointed.
Okay.
Like living spears. Perfect for snatching. And holding on to their prey.
So like the ultimate prehistoric hunting tools.
Exactly.
Did their teeth stay that way like throughout their evolution?
Not exactly.
Okay.
As time went on and the oceans continued to evolve, so did the megatoothed shark's teeth. And we start to see a shift in their tooth structure around the Eocene epoch with the emergence of species. Otodus auriculatus.
Okay, what's special about Otodus auriculatus's teeth? How did they change?
Well, this is where things get even more impressive. Otodus auriculatus and its later relatives, they evolved teeth that were not just for piercing, but also for cutting.
Oh, wow.
They developed serrations.
Wow, serrated teeth.
Along the edges of their teeth.
So it's like they upgraded their weaponry.
They did.
Going from spears to, like, razor-sharp knives.
Absolutely.
Was there a particular reason for this evolutionary change?
It's likely that this shift in tooth structure was driven by the evolution of their prey.
Oh, okay.
During the Eocene, we see the diversification of marine mammals, including the early whales, and these large, blubbery creatures. They provided a new and abundant food source for the megatoothed sharks. But they also presented a new challenge, how to efficiently take down and consume such massive prey.
It's like an ancient arms race.
It is.
Prey evolving defenses. Predators evolving ways to overcome them.
Exactly.
And in the case of the megatoothed sharks, they evolved some seriously impressive weaponry.
They did.
So did these serrated teeth pave the way for, like, the king of the megatoothed sharks?
You bet. Those serrated cutting teeth were a key innovation that would culminate in the teeth of the most famous megatoothed shark of them all.
All right.
Otodus megalodon.
Okay, Megalodon, the legendary giant of the seas.
Yes.
Before we get into the specifics of this incredible shark, I think we need to take a moment to really appreciate, like, how far we've come.
Yeah.
We started with those resilient Hybodonts, then explored the rise of the megatoothed sharks after the dinosaur extinction.
That's right.
And now we're about to meet the king of them all.
It's a journey through millions of years of evolution.
It is.
Showcasing the incredible adaptability and resilience of sharks. They've weathered extinction events, adapted to changing environments, and evolved into some of the most impressive predators the world has ever seen.
Okay, we've made it.
Here we are.
We followed the shark lineage From those, like, tenacious hybodonts all the way to the megatoothed sharks. And now it's time to meet the king.
The king!
Otodus Megalodon.
Yes.
I'm ready.
I know, it's exciting.
To be awestruck, tell me everything.
Get ready, because Otodus Megalodon was truly in a league of its own. This shark was the ultimate apex predator, ruling the oceans for millions of years.
Okay, let's get right to it.
Yeah.
The biggest question.
Okay.
How big?
How big?
Was Megalodon?
Was it really?
Was it really as massive as, like, they show in the movies?
The movies often exaggerate, but Megalodon was truly colossal, even without Hollywood embellishment, based on fossil evidence.
Yeah.
Particularly those massive teeth.
Right.
Scientists estimate that Megalodon reached length of 19 to 20 meters.
19 to 20 meters.
Yes.
That's longer than a bowling lane.
It is.
I can't even imagine, like, encountering a shark that size in the water.
It's hard to fathom.
What did a shark that big eat to sustain itself?
Well, Megalodon was a global predator.
Okay.
Its fossils have been found all over the world.
Oh, wow.
Indicating a wide distribution across the ocean.
So it wasn't just limited to, like, a certain area?
Right, and its diet was just as diverse.
Oh, wow.
We're talking whales.
Okay, whale.
Large fish, dolphins, seals, even other sharks.
So anything that was swimming?
Yeah, pretty much.
During that time?
If it swam in the ocean during the Miocene and Pliocene epochs, chances are Megalodon had it on the menu.
It really sounds like Megalodon was at the very top.
Oh, absolutely.
Of the food chain.
Yes.
The ultimate ruler.
The ultimate ruler.
Of the ancient seas.
For sure.
But even a king has to start somewhere, right?
That's true.
What were baby Megalodons like?
Okay, that's a great question.
Were they born already enormous?
Well, recent research has revealed some fascinating insights into Megalodon pups. Believe it or not, they were already around 2 meters long.
2 meters?
At birth.
That's bigger than most adult humans.
It is.
How could a baby shark be that large?
Right. It seems almost impossible.
Yeah.
Scientists believe that Megalodon engaged in a rather intense form of survival of the fittest.
Yeah.
Intra-uterine cannibalism.
Okay, so cannibalism, but before they were even born.
Yes, essentially.
Oh, wow.
The largest pup in the womb would consume its smaller siblings.
Oh, wow.
Before birth.
That's a tough start to life.
It is a very tough start to life.
Wow. So they were born ready to compete.
Absolutely.
Even against, like, their own siblings.
Yes.
That's crazy. But even for a giant like Megalodon.
Yeah.
Nothing lasts forever, right?
That's true.
What ultimately led to the decline of this, like, incredible predator?
You're right. Even the king of the sharks couldn't reign forever.
Right.
Megalodon's dominance came to an end.
Okay.
Around 3 million years ago.
So relatively recently.
Yeah, and it wasn't a single event that caused its extinction, but rather a combination of factors.
Okay, so what were these factors?
What brought down the mighty Megalodon?
Yeah.
Well, one major factor is geological change.
Okay, geological change, how so?
The closure of the Isthmus of Panama, which connected North and South America.
Right.
It disrupted ocean currents and significantly altered marine ecosystems.
So it changed, like, the whole layout.
Yeah, and these changes likely had a ripple effect throughout the food web, impacting the availability of Megalodon's preferred prey.
So it's like a domino effect.
Yeah.
Changing ocean currents.
Yeah.
Leading to a decline in prey. Ultimately impacting even
the top predator?
The top predator.
Yeah.
Were there any other factors that, like, contributed to Megalodon's extinction?
Yes. Climate change.
Okay. Climate change
played a significant role as well during the Pliocene epoch.
Yeah.
The Earth experienced a period of global cooling.
Okay, so things were getting colder.
Yes, and this led to a decrease in ocean temperatures, which likely had a negative impact on Megalodon's preferred warm water habitats.
So their habitat was shrinking.
Yeah, and the distribution of its prey.
It's amazing how these, like, massive geological and climatic events could have such a profound impact on even the most powerful creatures.
Absolutely.
So facing a changing world and a dwindling food supply.
Yeah.
Even the mighty Megalodon couldn't hold on.
Exactly. It's a reminder that even the most dominant species are ultimately vulnerable to changes in their environment.
That's a good point.
And it highlights the interconnectedness of life on Earth.
It's been an incredible journey.
It has.
Tracing the evolution of sharks.
Yeah.
From those adaptable Hybodonts all the way to the, colossal Megalodon.
It's amazing, isn't it?
We've seen how these creatures have, weathered extinction events.
Yeah.
Adapted to changing environment.
They've done it all.
Evolved into some of the most impressive predators to ever grace the oceans.
And their story is far from over.
Right.
While Megalodon might be gone, its modern relatives continue to fascinate us.
They really do.
They remind us
of the power of evolution, the importance of adaptation, and the sheer wonder.
It is an amazing story.
Of the natural world.
Well said.
Thank you.
I think we've all learned a lot today.
Yeah.
About the incredible world of prehistoric sharks.
I agree.
Thanks for taking us on this deep dive. It's been an amazing journey.
The pleasure was all mine.
And to our listeners,
yes,
never stop exploring.
Keep asking questions.
Keep asking questions.
And keep diving deep. Into the mysteries of the past.
That's right. Who knows what other incredible creatures are waiting to be discovered?
I can't wait to find out.
Me too.